So, haven't really been out here much because when these videos eventually come out, I was making the Japan videos for like the last 6 months. But other Barry, Fast Barry Racing as he likes to be called, he has acquired an 86 and I'm going to bring over the P1s and I'm going to bring over a nice Zeta 2 and I'll explain when I'm over there why I'm bringing this stuff over. But yeah, I'm just going to share some love for the time being because he's pretty excited about this car and kind of cool to give you a little walk through it. It's got a cool bit of history and there's a reason why the P1s are going over there and the seat. Those seats are coming out now. I'm taking them out and we're replacing it with my red bride because I want the car to look cool over here.
Give action around with sport.
Yeah, we can actually fuck him over a bush or something. Look. Alright, I was going to bring the two of them, but... So here we go, here's a great machine. So I said in the other shed I was going to bring over my seat and the P1s. And you might remember this car because I was talking about why I bought these wheels and one of the main reasons was because of this actual car right here. Nice banging noise at the back. So we conned Barry into buying our fucking shitty 86.
Yeah, you won the game.
How much can you make your friends spend on a car? We won't tell you how much, but Barry got this for a very good price. It was living in Germany and then it lived in Belgium. So this car is the RWB A86 Levin that was featured on Speed Hunters back in the day. Dino shot photos of it at Power Vehicles. This is one of my favourite 86s. It came to Ireland in like 2009 or 10. It was owned by a few people we know. Pretty amazing car. It's actually still in reasonably good shape, but it left Ireland in 2011. Was it 2011? Yeah. So it left Ireland in 2011, went to Germany, and then it ended up in Belgium. And then the car was offered to me, and someone was like, hey, you like this kind of shit. Do you want to buy it? And I said, shit, I have no money, but I have a perfect friend that would love to buy this car. And then poor Barry ended up with it. But he actually ended up with a really cool car that apparently Nikai-san built and used to drive. But he used to have an RWB banner across here, which is going to end up back on it. But I'd say Noji, who is the painter, built this car because he still has a lot of 86s, so he probably knows about this. But the car had these exact size P1s on it when it came in from Japan, and Adrian Walsh sold them. And it had two red Zetas, but now it has two absolutely atrocious,
it's just small. And at all.
terrible seats in here. Yeah, spacers are required, but look, it's better having the P1s on than the old Rotons. We're not the biggest fan of the Rotons. This car is turbocharged. It has an AW11 4AGZE, a few little age-related marks, but it still has the original body kit, original run-free kit, good line bonnet. It's got the fogs. Somebody put red lines on it, and the exhaust is not great. But everything is still in here since Japan. It has like all the Amori gauges. It still has the Freedom ECU. The only thing it's missing out of the back is a battery box, which used to live down there, and the center console has been tampered with, and it's just a piece of cardboard here, which is questionable. It doesn't have the narrative that it once had also. There she is, 4AGZE motor that has been converted to turbo. With a, looks like a HKS kind of setup here. What's cool is I went back and checked the photos and the car is exactly as it was in the Speed Hunters article under the engine bay, so.
And you know what Adrian said to me?
Like, I thought these were put on over here, but this was all done in Japan. So it still has nice Grady intercooler, pretty old school setup. It's like, probably was built in like 2002 and...
It seems like 400 something cc injectors or something.
Really?
A GTR fuel pump, suppose.
Okay. But you have the fogs, lad. And they're worth money. Sure, it's all worth money. It's all money. J-Blood, over fenders, genuine run-free kit. It's miraculously... It's actually just a total miracle that this front bumper is not in 400 pieces.
That's going a long time.
It's going a long time, and it has hit some stuff, but it's still in one piece. This was put on in Ireland, this beautiful TRD
Irish spec
badge. Even the P1s look better on it already. So yeah, we talked about it when we got these wheels off Adrian Walsh. He actually had a white set of these on this car because he used to own this car, and he sold them. And then he actually sold me these wheels, and then we were talking about this and blah blah blah. Because Barry goes down rabbit holes, there's no doubt it'll end up like this in a few years. It apparently has TRD gear set in it.
Supposedly, but I don't know. That's a long time ago.
You've had, you know what it's like to have like cars that sound like they're going 200 miles an hour, but they're going about 50 miles an hour, so you're fine. Yeah. Power vehicles into WKD imports, possibly. I'm not sure which. Wicked Imports. But I had this as my desktop background on my computer for years when I was younger, and I never thought the car actually was. First off, I never thought it was still alive, and then I never thought it would be back again. So you paid a man to bring it to Ireland, and the back of it was sticking out for fucking like 2,500 kilometres or whatever.
Dangling.
Got the nice goodies. Still trust oil cooler lurking. What's the plans, Barry? 700 horsepower.
I think the no grill is nice.
Oh yeah, I'm all about the no grill.
Yeah,
Are you going to try keep it kind of as what it was and just enjoy it?
It's on a running good.
Or are you going to just go down a fucking rabbit hole and end up building it? No, it looks 10 times more interesting already. Now we're going to rocket launch the bad seats out of here because they're absolutely shit. Sorry to whoever owned these seats. I don't know what they're out of, but they're not great.
That needs to be correct.
To 100% ensure this is not coming off. And it says A86 here. It used to say IRL, I'd imagine.
IRL's on the other side.
All right, we'll go over and see the IRL. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Fucking heap of shit.
Great to see them seats coming out, isn't it? Just throw it a little bit, will you? Just throw it a little bit. Oh, I was expecting more of a throw. Look at
the screw going up the way and then they've dotted with welding onto the rail or something.
What? Look at that. Josh, come here. It's worth looking at.
Yeah, the boys are fucking rough.
Look at that. Look. A dot. Is that actually what's holding it on?
Yeah, because that's the screw going up into the seat and dotted the screw.
I wouldn't like to crash it.
Oh my God.
The back is better.
All the way around.
But she's stronger back there.
Be in the boot.
Oh lads, whoever did this, you're dodgier than us. I don't know what went on in here. So someone just cut the fucking inner skin to get in at the rivets.
Yeah, rusting it, no?
She's empty. Red cage. But this is exactly how it was.
It's more of a pink though.
Better already. Sure, why not? Pink. Ah, yeah, maybe.
That's cat looking.
Pink is not better than.
No. In the skyline.
I have it set now, so you do the two back ones first.
Fucking nice.
It does really look great already with that. I'm sorry if whoever.
Take a present though.
But I wouldn't take this seat for free.
What? Don't rip it.
Don't get oil on it. Don't get oil on it, rip it. Lovely. That looks fucking great there, Barry. Stand back and admire. Here's a big moment now.
You took them all of the camera.
Now it's a race car. It's just instantly sportier. Look.
Oh wow.
Sorry, you can't come with me. I've got my bride's E2 and I'm heading off somewhere. Well, this used to be just there, and if you see it in the Speed Hunters picture, it's like just a normal black plate, and that stuff was mounted in it. But somewhere along the way, this happened. Like, how does that happen? Does the part just get misplaced? Or?
It's all the exact same gauges and
Yeah.
stuff that I had back then.
Like, nothing's gone.
Yeah.
But here, look, GAH, Garage Auto House ECU, Freedom ECU, which cannot be mapped in Ireland because none of us know how to speak Japanese. Since this thing came in from Japan, all that's missing is the wheels, the seats, the steering wheel, the exhaust, and the hood pins are gone. But the car somehow, because a lot of people know that when cars come to Ireland or Europe, they die. A lot of really, really interesting like cars that have come here over the years from famous shops have been absolutely decimated by people because we just didn't know any better back in the day. But somehow this thing has survived. No, it came back we're here with Barry. I've decided to take a break from making stupid Japanese videos. What's going on here?
Well, basically, my engine was leaking out of, I think, every seal or gasket. So
Yeah.
I started off, I wanted an engine mount and a sump gasket and a catch tank, and now
Now it's out of the car.
and the head's come off, and yeah.
The rabbit hole.
But it'll be mint. It'll be reliable again.
You've been dailying this
Well,
for...
it was reliable, innit? Yeah, I've been dailying
How
it
long have
for,
you... Like, it's like 2 years now, is it? Or
2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yeah, so, yeah, I needed the love because I was putting a litre of oil in it every like.
And you're driving the absolute fucking bag out of
I
it.
don't drive that bad, but I still do. You know, it does get
Yeah.
confused, like, especially at night times.
How far things go very quickly. You're probably not going to get rid of it now. You're going to...
No, I'm gonna drive it into the fucking ground now.
Yeah. Because it's a practical...
Yeah, that's how I sold it to the missus. Like
Family
like,
car.
It's got 4 fucking doors. And
Yeah,
it's
you can't argue with that, like.
And the kid loves
At
it.
the end of the day, it's a Honda Civic. We're made to be used for family stuff.
He kind of like. His theory is the same as yours. He's like, this car has a race car engine, doesn't it, Dad?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Well, it kind of does, like.
It does.
Because this was the race car engine until they developed a higher version of it, like,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? The B16 was the flagship, like, they were like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Obviously they've advanced on, but this originally was a race engine, and then it's in a 4-door family saloon. Yeah, I don't think there's any, or many SIR ones around. It was sold in Ireland as the VTI. Dougie has the Euro version of this, which you've seen before, but this is actually a Japanese one, which is extra rare. And it came with the spoiler from factory as an optional extra.
I forget half the time that it has VTEC, so I'll be pooling around, and it's as fast as that like little Fiesta I had with the
Yeah.
Puma engine, like without VTEC. And I'll go and pass out a car, and all of a sudden there's a little red light on the dash comes on,
And then it turns into a different car.
and it gets really loud, and before I know it, I've overtaken like 6 cars. And I'm like, oh yeah, VTEC. woo!"
Yeah, I forgot it has this.
And then I look at the speed limit, and it's like, 60 miles an hour, and I look down, and I'm doing 110 before,
Yeah.
on a closed road, obviously.
They're an infectious machine.
Yeah, they're good.
It's hard to explain it to people that hate this stuff unless you've actually experienced it. Oh, deadly. First molding.
Yeah. It fit weird, so I taped it to the floor and then put glue in it and sat the bumper down in it.
All
so
right.
now it's like, it fits perfect. It was all wonky like it had.
That's all
both.
the car was missing, was like a front
Yeah.
lip, because it never came the
pure
one when you got it.
Yeah.
And these come with the EK9 front lip, like from factory. So the fact it didn't have it, because it has side skirts, doesn't it?
Yep.
So kind of always sat a little high. Oh yeah, look at that.
Sexy out.
Great.
It came with 2, but Jackie said no, you're only allowed to fit 1.
Okay.
It's like, all right, Jackie.
Yeah.
You know the
Yeah, you know the crack. Olive
Free
drab.
plug to the boys.
Yeah, for being
'Cause,
sound.
Yeah, they got me.
They are sound. So MCG are like Ireland's kind of Honda.
They have my car on a shelf.
Yes.
Basically, so. Yeah,
So
it's handy.
no, they're good lads.
I can be a pain in the arse, like I get really erratic and I can't stop thinking about
Yeah.
it, so I could phone them 4 times, 5 times a day with like a stupid question or something that's niggling, and they were like both of them were sound. So
Cool.
yeah.
When you're done with the car's done, because people have asked before, we need to do like a full bit of crack with it, like a full walkthrough and a few pictures and shit. Because I know people are always like, oh, make a video on Barry's. His car is Civic.
When I do a burnout, because the rear engine mount isn't fucked anymore, we can do some scummy burnouts.
Yes.
For the crowd, like, it'd be fun.
That'll be great. I like it though. I like that you're keeping it.
Yeah, it made sense because like, what else do you get? Because
Exactly.
it's all gone.
But there's nothing really past that that's kind of fast, cheap, and reliable.
Nope.
Like this is still quite an analog machine. Like, you know what I mean?
Unless you drive a Lexus or an Altezza, but
Yeah.
like, you can't go out.
No, we can't do anything at the
Like,
moment.
if you can't go 5 kilometers past your house unless you're going shopping, like
going-
I said to you, fucking, the highlight of the week was going to Mr. Price on Sunday.
Yeah, the highlight for me is going to Tesco because it stays open till 11 o'clock at night. This is what our lives have become.
It's a
We haven't seen each other in like
No.
6 to 8 months.
Yeah, it must be at least.
So like, when this video eventually catches up and you're like, what's happening? There was a huge lockdown and we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, when
And obviously Barry's not going to come fucking driving down to Waterford if he likes smoking and gets stuck at a checkpoint and they're just like, hey, you, and
some smell of COVID off you, lad.
yeah. So things are only starting to kind of open up a bit now and we can all see each other.
Done it.
So you've wrote Barry into coming up to
Thanks, Barry.
put on your head and crank it to spec. What's the Newtobuttons you're using there?
85 Newton.
85 Newtobuttons. Cylinder head. Look at that font. Look at the pixelation. Cylinder head. Tightening sequence. That's some font.
I like how that was printed in like probably 1998, and they just keep putting it on.
That's deadly. Is this yours, Barry? Or which Barry is?
Barry.
Yeah.
It's Barry's.
Barry. We're confused because the two Barrys are together at the same time doing something together.
It's Fast Barry and Stone Barry.
Yes. What did we call you in the video? Was it just Barry 2 or other Barry? All right. The middle one is VTEC, isn't it?
That's Mandela.
When the oil goes through it, it locks.
You see the pins in there?
Yes, it locks these ones out and then
Locks them all together.
Locks them all together.
locks them all together.
Yeah.
And then wow, right.
It's pretty awesome.
It's great installing the camshaft.
The bump sticks.
Fast women, fast cars, and
Especially like the chicks from down south. I want a woman to unironically call me sugar. Hey sugar.
this is a E46 M3 CSL. Probably not that exciting to a lot of people that can actually afford to run this stuff in your countries, but I don't know. I've never seen one of these in real life, so quite rare. Have you ever seen one? I've never seen one.
I've seen one.
I think I've seen.
One in Corn.
Was it the gunmetal one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same one that's always been going around. Where's it from? Dublin. Right.
It's a race car with tax disc.
Basically. So the CSL model came with a carbon roof from factory. As you can see here. You give it the carbon tap like everybody does. And this used to have a roll cage in it.
Yep.
And it was-
roll cage.
Oh wow. So it's got carbon door cards as well.
And Jeremy Clarkson's favourite.
Oh yeah, you can see where the cage was. It was a factory cage.
Yep.
Wow.
I think so.
6 trumpet, is it? Or is it?
6, yeah.
Yeah, 6 trumpet up here. Is it in?
54.
S50, yeah. I haven't a clue. I don't know anything about BMW, so. M3 CSL. Cool machine that's hiding on the other side of Barry's engine. Very nice. The top is on.
Which one's that?
The Skunk 2 is inside. Oh Jesus, the filmer now. I'm getting roped into the.
Factory. This part is known as the marriage.
Really?
The cars like crane.
Look at that.
Oh, I'm fucking going uber slow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Rebaptized that.
The precision machine.
Not so much precision going on here.
No,
now,
it's either
boys.
on or off, isn't it? Almost complete. Almost complete.
And the quarter I had to make from scratch.
Really?
Yeah, that's nice, Bart.
Fucking hell.
Very nice. Nice. Nice now.
This was fucked. This was absolutely wanked.
Did you do all that as well? And
Yeah.
wow.
And it was the same. It had been fucking shawned like your fucking.
Oh yeah. Yes. Sean spec. So this is what you do in work.
Yeah, sometimes if I'm lucky.
If you're lucky, you get something like this.
Yeah.
This is an R33 GTR. I think it's a V spec,
Yeah, I think so.
probably. So you've done all this.
Yeah, I had to cut all this out because the inner lip was bollocksed.
And you just made all this from scratch.
Rebuilt all the inside and then made that from scratch, and I spot welded it all back together. Had to cut all this out, cut the pockets off, cut the inner pockets off, cut the inner sills off. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Nissan, for all the Americans that are going to spend top dollar on these, they are very rusty. We've had a lot of them in Ireland for about 15 years now, and you're in for a lot of treats with these cars. I'm just letting you know now, like late 90s Nissans love to rust. So S15s, R34s, R33s, you're going to have a good time, guys.
I saw a funny meme on Instagram where it's like some guy with like a R32, 25 grand, I know what I have. He's like, yeah, I know what you have. Original door moldings and 20-year-old fucking subframe bushings.
Yeah. This was a clean enough car, like, well, it looked like it was clean.
It was, except for the shawning.
Yes. So Seanan caused the rust on a lot of it then.
This side was actually repaired, but it was butchered.
Right.
This was all bad inside, so I had
Yeah.
to cut it out. But to repair the arch, what they'd done is got a screwdriver and hammered it through the inner arch so they could hammer out the dents
right.
on
Jesus
the,
Christ.
of that arch.
Yeah.
So I had to like cut all this off, rebuild the inner arch, patch the fucking holes they'd like screwdriver through, and then just start from scratch basically.
Fuck's sake.
Like these little corners.
Yeah.
That's all gone. So
you
I
had to
can
make all that
this,
from
like,
scratch.
Stupid shape.
Yeah.
Like all this is all scratch built. This underneath.
Yeah. The whole
It looks factory, but I made it with a box pan folder and bent it around a gas bottle.
Jesus. Because none of this stuff's available. You can't buy 33 GTR quarter pounds.
Can you not?
I don't think so.
Because you can buy 32s.
Yeah, they're after starting making them again, but they haven't reached the heritage collection thing on this yet. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think you can buy them. I don't think anything's really available for these. This is kind of funny. So are they the top of the shock towers and then the back of stuff? Rust is depressing. Well done, Barry. Barry helped Barry make a Barry car. We're up in Jackie's shed. You might remember some cars. Maybe this. You've probably seen the feature we've done on this on our website and other things. But this thing is here. I don't know if anyone recognises it. This is... Hey! Wreck the place. This is the J's Racing EF8 CRX. And this is where I cut in the intense video of it going around Tsukuba.
This car has been lightened to 750 kilograms with 250 horsepower coming from a B18C unit. The driver is Akira Ida.
So right, the story of this car is important. This was a J's Racing Time Attack EF8 CRX that they had, and it was featured heavily in some of the video options back in the day. It used to be black. It's still on their website, I think, in black, and then it was painted obviously this color. And I'd done a photo shoot of it in like 2009 when it used to be owned by Tuning Factory. They imported it for...
I think they imported it and they were using it.
Yeah, they were kind of using it as their demo car and time attack car for a while, weren't they? And then Tuning Factory kind of went under, I think.
Something happened with fucking, I don't know, did it go under?
Who owns it now?
Barry Rabbit.
Barry Rabbit bought it, and then he used it for competing in ITCC, which is Irish Touring Car Championship. It also went to Barbados for some reason to race for a little while.
Yeah, there was some fucking big race over there.
And it's had a hard life since it came to Ireland. It was used to just race, I guess. It's just been a race car, but it's a famous car that's still alive in Ireland after all these years. Jackie took on painting the car because he just wanted to have his hands on it for a while. If you're into Hondas and you watched a lot of that shit back in the day, you probably recognise it, but most people that watch this don't even care about stuff like this, so I don't know. I'm sorry, lads. But yeah, it's still in one piece. I'll go to the other side because it's a bit nicer. But it's all the J's Racing stuff. I think this is all the first moulding of the J's Racing EF8 stuff, because this was the car that they obviously used to prototype everything, but it doesn't look fucking great at all really here at the moment. It kind of, looks a bit sorry for itself because it's in the middle of being done. What you do? You painted the inside of it back to grey.
Yeah,
what colour was it? Was it just kind of dead?
It was like the fucking real white kind of grey. Really
Okay,
light.
yeah.
It was painted the same as my own inside.
And you tried to match the J's colour.
As close as I could anyway.
Funny story, he messaged J's Racing to get the colour and they fucking ignored him. Because Japanese people don't give a shit about anyone. What's this? This is a Mugen front bumper or something, yeah. So the J's bumper is long gone. There's actually pictures of it getting smashed into oblivion in Barbados. I have them, so I'll put them in here somewhere. But there was a really rare J's bumper that got put back together about 10 times. So there's the only real remnants of J's Racing still on the car. But when I shot this years ago, I don't think it still had the J's engine in it then. It was already after going kablamo, but I had the J's cam cover. Yeah, B20. People don't even build B20s anymore. Like, so it's only been dynoed and it's never actually, this car hasn't gone anywhere since. What was the story? So it was just in storage for a few years, or?
It's sat over in the UK for, a couple of months, maybe a year.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know, it was just stored for a long time.
Yeah, so he raced it and then just fucking kind of forgot about it.
He races Formula Reynolds and stuff like
Okay.
that. He has another one, a roll car, so it's
Right.
B20s, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just a car that survived. I had no idea where this went. I'm a huge fan of this car. We all are. I mean, anything that's a car with a bit of history and, we're suckers for it. And yeah, I guess that's why you couldn't resist trying to... Just wanted to paint it, to say you painted the J's Racing. Yeah, because you're a Honda enthusiast, you might have noticed. There you go. Just a classic example of an Irish scenario. That's actually getting quite rare these days, but a random Japanese demo car that was featured in video option magazines, owned by J's Racing as one of their main flagship cars back in the day, and now it's just hidden in the countryside in Ireland. Cool. J's Racing CRX in a shed in Kilkenny. Goodbye. See you later.